Amazing is turning your lounge into a stadium. Debonair's Pizza. Try something amazing.
iDiskiTV, powered by World Sports Betting, iDiskiTimes.co.za. Last 16, you're calling Knockout Cup. Mamelodi Sundowns up against Marumo Gallants. What a singathi si separate umdlalo ne-penalty. City, what a penalty shootout. Because what you watched in 120 minutes, I don't think it was worth but we had to go to start up because kumsebenzi wethu ukuthi sibe lapha and watch these football games. Otherwise, into besibukela namhlanje 120 minutes, it was not le game besiyilindele soccer, because we all know Mamelodi Sundowns. With all due respect to Marumo Gallants, but we know Mamelodi Sundowns. This is one of those games where you can say, okay, Sundowns mhlambe izakora ngabe first half, but it was a typical cup game where the longer minutes is rollers yamba, the more opposition gain confidence. And it's really Washington Arubi. I think he will be man of the match, saving 3 penalties and also scoring any Lindo. But
yeah, man, I know. Normally, yeah. But this time around, man, so late, man. And also, Shane, I have to mention that the penalties were more entertaining than the actual match.
The actual game.
I felt more entertained during my penalties. There was a period where I was fist pumping. There was a period where my face dropped. I experienced different emotions. I experienced sadness, happiness. All the emotions that you can think of, I experienced them during penalties. And those emotions, sometimes because football is entertainment, you're expecting to enjoy it, more especially in a cup competition, Shane. For me, when I was watching the game, I felt like it's a little bit of a league game. But at this issue, Shane, congratulations to Alexandra Latif. Congratulations to Marumo Gallants and their players. I think it was a very good defensive display from them. Because to be honest with you, from an attacking perspective, they only started looking like a threat. Mabasabakala introduce Clifford, Nanobaba introduce Sendane. But also a final pass let them down. The final decision in the final third let them down. Some of these players, Shane, let's be honest, the one who Messi 1v1, he gets an opportunity to score a winning penalty, he fluffs that as well. The biggest problem I have with our league sometimes is Manchester United or Manchester City or Barcelona mayidlala ne-Burnley or idlala ne-Brentford. Brentford, when Manchester United makes a mistake, they punish that mistake. When Manchester City, Chelsea make a mistake, they punish those opportunities. For me, I feel like we could have had a much more entertaining league if teams like Mazulu, Makesi, Marumo Gallants. There was a match no Bobos Pega Mazulu in the first half where they missed 3 clear-cut opportunities when they were playing against Sundowns.
Went on to lose that game.
I think they went on to win the game against Amazulu.
No, I'm saying the one who missed opportunities at Amazulu.
Oh, yes, Amazulu. Yes. Sorry, yes. Amazulu goes there and misses the game. Makesi, they do the very same thing. Marumo Gallants, when we drew 1-1, they could have won that game with the amount of opportunities they created. Kaizer Chiefs created mounts of opportunities. So, in Sundowns, I was listening to Junior and Unkulego yesterday, Bakulum. Unkulego emphasized this very same thing to Junior yesterday, to say, in Sundowns, every time they look vulnerable. I want to tell you, Shane, it has not been convincing. And unfortunately, sometimes our job has got to do with performance, not results. And with this big institution, you can see that this club has set a benchmark. Utsobeka kuluma something very important when he was saying, Sundowns isuka from le, and it's deciding ukuthi izojiva nabantu. Isuka ku VIP izojiva nabantu. You understand? And abantu ibekumele bakhalele ukuya ku VIP.
Surprisingly, isuke phezulu yazojiva nabo, but still they're still number 1 when you look at the log.
Yeah, for sure.
They're still number 1.
For sure, Shane. Our league is starting to take shape. Every league, we can start speaking about the league after 10 games, because after 10 games, the league starts to take shape. Yeah. But if we check out, if everyone played equal number of games, Sundowns is position 3 or 4. Because Pirates goes on top. I think Skukune also. I think Kaizer Chiefs as well are 1 point clear, if not equal with the Mamelodi Sundowns in terms of matches. But other than that, it's the Calling Black Label. But for me, I want to speak about cup competitions. I have always said this, Shane. Orlando Pirates is suited to play cup competitions. In Mamelodi Sundowns, it's cup competitions as if it's a league game. You need a variety, you need dribbling wizards. You need players, you need an X factor, you need players that know how to decide the game. Because yes, you can play against the low block. It's not a league game. They are fighting for something. They are playing for something. There's 100,000 there. Also, that motivates some of those players to say, hey, there's things that I want to do. So we are born with a player. Will. We always speaking a lot about will. And the beginning will there against the Marumo Gallants. You could tell that they were fighting for their lives. There was a situation where they out there in Nigeria, and I don't know the name of the defender, where he won a tackle in the box and he celebrated.
And you even highlighted that moment.
That's the will they were playing against Shane. That's the will. They played with 4 centre backs. They were playing with Yonke back for Mangacheka. There was no full back. All those defenders are centre backs. Last week he was playing as a centre back. Today he was playing as a left back. The coach defensively made sure he told himself and the players to say, defensively we need to be hard to beat. If we know that we can't outplay Mamelodi Sundowns, but we will outrun them today. We want to make sure that we win every first ball. We want to make sure that we win every second ball. We want to make sure that we fight for each and every single thing. That's Wednesday and Shane. I always speak about the coach choosing a midfield, and that midfield tells you the type of game he's going to play. In terms of wider areas, every time when we watch him, he doesn't have a responsibility, a defensive responsibility. Clifford, because Clifford scores that goal against the Kaizer Chiefs, but he's got a different quality to the wingers that he started. He knew that he needed to suffer. And he accepted as a coach that Mamelodi Sundowns has better quality. You understand? And they have got players that can decide the game anytime. So he said to himself, I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to play with 2 centre backs. Every time Masingal Petangi Paula, we've got 4 centre backs who are going to be narrow. Then I'm a full wing guy too. Because I don't have full backs, they drop deeper to create a 6 at the back. Yeah. So Mama Cheka, it was a very low defensive block because net distance, that's why they didn't create opportunities. And for me, the way they are celebrating, it was their game plan. But the game plan also revolved around creating one opportunity. Kumbuza, a typical game plan or tactical game plan got Jose Mourinho when he was still at Chelsea. He built a game model that only one needed to create one chance that was going to win him the game. And I believe that this game plan today relied on that. It was a game plan that was defensive, a chain. Sundowns has to beat us. They have the pressure to beat us. If Marumo Gallants had lost this game, no one was going to speak anything. So it was a free hit for them. So the coach said to himself, let them have the ball. They must think. They must find solution. They have the better players. They have the better squad. They have a coach. They've invested so much money in this football club. They have to find the solutions. We will pounce on the opportunities that we create. If we don't create opportunities, so be it. But what we will do as a football club, we won't give them opportunities. Ngama set piece, we will not allow them to score a set piece.
Did Sundowns find those solutions, Lindo?
For me, no. We did not find those solutions. And also, look, mention something. Yeah. I love the boy Udayideng Ununo. I think he's a special player. I did say that he's above everyone in the league.
I was coming there. No, number 10.
Yeah, number 10.
I was coming there. The City, you guys just lost Uribeiro.
Yeah.
I know, Guti, you won't just go to Brazil and find Uribeiro.
Yeah.
Even if you can go up and Salole corner, but you won't go there and find Uribeiro playing in the streets of Brazil because he's such a special player, he's a quality player. But Ununo came in, he was given that jersey also. But from so far, yambona ukuthi uyayingena kwi-game Mamelodi Sundowns game by game. Mbone njani namhlanje?
Hayi uphethe ama-quality ayi-3 engiwathandayo. Uphethe i-outside foot kaModric. Uphethe i-pass kaDe Bruyne in terms of technical nge-lace or inside foot. Ayebesaphatha enye vision kaMbule. Unalento kaMbule le engathi uyi-South African where uthanda ukureceive nge-outside foot bese alicontrole the other foot bese adlala i-short pass bese compress space. But the one thing that we need from him is that he's got a different quality. But I feel that Mamelodi Sundowns needs a dribbling wizard. It needs a player that can dribble to eliminate. Umchita, no matter what quality he has, uthanda chop, uthanda ukulicabuza. But I feel that sometimes we don't need a pass. Sometimes we need someone who's a close controller, dribble minus, take shots outside the box. Yeah, na dribbling yake is more of a passing dribbling. He knows how to find a pass behind. He knows how to track players. Good person delegubo. Best a combination apome in a tight space. But in terms of a technical ability, I think he's above everyone in the league, in my opinion. I've never seen a player or pass to pass on his hand. Shane, he makes passing. I think Masfunuk understand the passing, the development, the passing in our country. We need to understand that guy and study how he passes the ball. He passes the ball like a world-class player, in my opinion. But Shane, to be honest with you, we needed more than that. We needed more than Ununo. Because to break a low block, you need more than one X-factor around in. I believe that the guy, Miguel, if Bega lasted longer around in, because you are born and I go to Tandi Chop, it's more like Umshishi kind of a player. I think we do now have a replacement for Umshishi. But now, we need to be smart in terms of the players that we are to bring in. That's why I was advocating for a player that can play behind the defense, which is Umasego. Give Umasego an opportunity to play because he's got the ability and he's got a very good left foot. He's got technique to score. He can run behind. And Umfana has got a very good close control. He's deadly, more especially closer to the box. Matthews, in my opinion, I believe that he played very well in the first half. And also, we have to mention this section. In the first half, Mamelodi Sundowns they looked really good. They looked like they were going to win the game. They were convincing in terms of the passing game. We were building out from the back. I believe that Cupido is playing very well, in my opinion. You're talking about Abo Obas. So Obas almost played in a 3 center back because they did not need him in position of the ball. So Bayenzan in that tactical format, Obas swipes to the right hand side. Why? In football, in the full back positions, I dlala ibhola at the most. So bazama ukuthi kuye receive we want to be comfortable. Awuna pressure lapha. Then bathathu Opre bamletha kulesa space saka riding, saka Obas.
We've already got a signal. But Mr. Nkeu, I don't think Uchasta angayivala ngakayenda ukubuza.
Yeah.
I want to take you back to last season. Mamelodi Sundowns started the season well. They played the final of this competition. Emveni kuba beluze lo final. Coach Manguba Mngeti is now a former Sundowns coach. Bengo loser a final in the cup. Now you have Miguel Cardoso. He just lost the last 16 yellow competition. What do you think happens after the result of Namhlanje?
Miguel Cardoso's mandate this season, I will speak from what I've heard, is that he needed to win the treble. He's got the squad to win the treble. And for me, he's already lost 2 competitions. When he came into the club...
Sorry, a domestic treble or a continental treble?
The continental treble. Mamelodi Sundowns, one of his mandates is to win the league, is to win the Champions League, and to win a domestic trophy. If not, win all of them. He's already out of 2, which already will drive that fan base. I know that fan base. I'm part of those people will never accept that. For me, that club will never accept that. The chairman will never accept that. What's more interesting about Historia Miguel Cardoso is nobody thinks that he's a bad coach. No one thinks that he is a good coach. But for me, he's only a good coach. Guma interviews, Guma post-match interview, speaks a very big game. Miguel Cardoso, you can think that he's won the league 15 times or he's won the Champions League 15 times. He speaks a big game. Guma press conference, he speaks a big game. When you listen to him, it's like he's a world-class coach. But for me, every time Magmela figure Saturday, as we implement Alonto, we don't see it. We see a team that's very slow in terms of position, in terms of build-up. We see a team that lacks creating opportunities. We see a team that lacks character. We see a team that lacks the little bit of arrogance. You understand? So for me, he's always been under pressure, in my opinion. I did say that his days are numbered, but I expect the engine yaduma khona manje shini.
The engine yaduma khona manje. Ayikho imoto enosuka apha ibheke ePortugal. It's only a flight enosuka apha. That's what Lindo is saying. He's saying mhlawumbi i-flight angizoyibiza ngegama zininzi zalapha eMzantsi Afrika ine-international flights uthi khona edumayo mhlawumbi singayibona mhlawumbi tomorrow or Monday i-flyer from OR Tambo to Lisbon, Portugal. But it remains to be seen. We will see. We will have to see. But ke namhlanje Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium is Mamelodi Sundowns 0, Marumo Gallants 0. But ke it was 7-6 on penalties. Washington Arobi producing a man of the match, converting, saving 3 penalties and also scoring the winner. That's it from all of us here at iDiski TV. Thank you so much for watching us.
Boom. Shapunjan bafowethu igama lami Lindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiski TV. Tanko.
This is Bongane Benedict Villagazi, they call me so. Niyazi bafowethu, amakhosi for life, they are back in winning ways. Please, siyacela ukuthi subscribe iDiski TV.